Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. And I'm here with another video. Today is Tuesday, February 8th of 2022. It is sunny, clear skies. And when I left the house it was 20. Right now it's climbed up to 27. Looks like the sun is starting to affect. Like I said last night, when the sun came down, the temperature started dropping quick. Man, it was a cold night. I eventually went home, and I'm glad I did. I'm not sure how I would have loved it being that cold, and I'm not sure if I would have been doing the breakfast dashing with that cold of a temperature. But like I did the last video last night with the second update, I'm gonna take it from 4 o'clock because that's about when I made that recording, which if you guys look at it was a little bit after 4 o'clock. And at that time I had no active delivery. They were sending some deliveries. I don't remember did I take it during the live stream or not, but I finished the last delivery at 8:30 and nothing else came in. So if we take that calculation to account, I was running an average $30 an hour. What I'm trying to say is, if you are taking those $6 an hour deliveries, you will not be able to break into the $30 an hour earnings. Of course, it matters big time where you're at and how is your market. But if you can figure out how to land these $10, $20, and $30 deliveries, and then figure out a way how to double them, you can increase earnings big time. Or increase the amount of time you stay out. You have a couple options on staying out. You can try to hit the 3 hot times. That is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Or you can try to dash all of those. My personal recommendations, especially if you live in the area where you dash, is taking breaks in between those hot spots with a nap. This will allow you to reduce your night sleep time, so you can have a more productive time. You can sleep less, let's say between 10 and 7. Do what you have to do, take a shower and prepare yourself, have a meal, prep a lunch for yourself, whatever it is. And then, you can dash from, let's say, 7 till 9:30, then from 11 till 3, and then let's say from 4:30 till about 9, I would say, because I noticed here in Lexington we have one more rush at 8 o'clock. So it kind of slowed down, started to slow down around 7, and then at 8 o'clock we had one more boom, and then silence. So, those are things you want to look at. Now, I want to say for those of you that consider yourself to be employee, not that the company treats you as an employee, you consider yourself to be an employee doing the gig work. Sorry, I cannot help you. You need to start working on changing your mindset. Because employee is relaxed. He's not interested in hustling. Employee loves to be directed and told what to do. Employee also getting paid by an hour, not per job done. So if you consider yourself an employee, man, figure out a way. Figure out what's the difference between an employee and a self-employed. According to Robert Kiyosaki, employee and self-employed There is a big difference if you study it. But at the same time, self-employed might make even less than employee can because he's trading time. Employee trading time for money. Self-contractor trading time for freedom for the money. And sometimes self-employed end up working more because he loves not having no boss, but at the same time, his return is not as good, and he has to increase his time in order to make the same amount that he used to make it as an employee. But end of the day, there is a difference. Might not be financial difference, but there is a mental difference. You cannot try to say, hey, I want the benefits on employee, but I also will want the freedom of self-contractor. Unfortunately, it doesn't exist. That's why you need to make a choice. If you're going and trying to create strikes, change laws, and get government involved, think of it first. What exactly are you trying to do? Are you trying to convert that into employee status? But you love that freedom, but you do not love that $225 deliveries? Then don't take them. That's the beauty of the freedom. Don't take what is not worth for you. Only take what make it worth. And end of the day, study your market. Learn the apps. Multi-app. Take multiple orders in the same direction. Avoid getting strikes against you. And be successful. I'll be honest, yesterday with that rubber order, I thought I'm going to get a violation. I don't think I got a violation. Let me check. I know I have to go to an account violations. Let me check. Current violations was not, but then it tells me now I need to log in. That's interesting. All these apps are behaving weird sometimes. I just close. Let's reopen. Nope, doesn't ask me to log in into the app. I'll try it again. But that's just me to log in into driver's portal. I don't remember my password. So I guess I won't be able to. I guess I'll have to log out of my app and re-log back in order to. So, there it is. I delivered a couple times with the DOORDASH where I was kind of in a worry about getting violation. Here's one other thing is, I had a violation, and I would say in August, maybe July, where I delivered a delivery to to Spectrum store, and as soon as I left, I got another offer, and as soon as I got that offer, and within about 30 seconds, my account became unresponsive. I couldn't proceed it. That order disappeared, locked me out. And when I logged back in, what told me that I have a violation. I don't remember the details, but I called DOORDAsh and they said that I have a violation. I need to look to my email. And of course, I immediately said, okay, it's the last customer did something. So I went back to Spectrum. Lady came out that got the food from me, and I said, hey, this is my living. I may support my family off of this, and I need this resolved. And did you receive your food? And she's like, yeah, I received it. I even marked it off. I received it. And I'm like, hey, what I need you to do is give me a note. Write me a note that you received your order. I went to my email, I attached that note, and I wrote them a somewhat legal letter based on my legal experience. And I don't remember what I wrote them, but I told him, I run the companies, I know how it works, and I treat every customer as if he was my own. I come back and I even give you guys some advices and recommendations. I wrote him, of course my grammar and spelling is horrible, as you guys do know, but I wrote it in a way I could. And I sent it off, and then I called DoorDash back again, and I literally told him the same thing, and I asked him to write that and attach it to my case. Within a couple hours, they unlocked my account and removed the violation. There's a saying out there many years ago: if you get pulled over and you stand your ground with an officer and he sees that it's not going to be an easy closed case with that ticket, he might change his mind writing that ticket. And that is somewhat true. If you do not piss the officer off, hey, Tyler. Tyler, I'm not going to answer that, God, because I have to different view than majority world does when it comes down to Jesus. And on that topic, I'm not sure I am ready to talk about it publicly yet. But I do believe in God. I do believe in powers. I do believe in spiritual world. And I also believe in other things that exist out there where Christians refuse to believe it, ignore. And why I say those things is because I grew up as a Pentecostal, and I used to be, even at one point, a youth leader, youth pastor. So I understand Christian concept. I understand all the Christian side of it. But there is things that you cannot ignore, and you cannot say on black white, and you cannot say on white black, because those are two different colors. And knowing who I am, I cannot say that I am not. If I am human, I cannot say I am not a human. That's as simply as I'll go, and I think that gave more than enough for you to dig, because it says in Iakwa, that's in English going to be James, I believe, that the wise man digs deep and finds a stone and builds on it. Wise man digs deep. Not his pastor, not YouTube, not anybody else. Wise man. Majority people these days, they do not dig. They do not look for that stone. Majority people, Christian people these days, they depend on their pastor to dig. And they build on their pastor's belief. And when questions come, they fail. I used to be one of them until I started digging. So before you ask, is Jesus God? Find that foundation. Dig yourself. Don't take your pastor's word for it. And second, ask who you really are. Are you a human or who else? Who really are you? Where you came from? Hey Arthur, appreciate you. Just sometime I love these Christian people popping in and triggering that, that part of me. I'll talk on a lot of topics. Christians is one of the topics. I'm not sure I'm ready to talk publicly. But like I said, majority people do not dig. They attached a name, Jesus, to themselves. They call themselves Christians. They don't even know what is Jesus and what is Christianity. They have never digged, and they do not know even where it goes. Who is Vatican? And I can keep on going. So hey, I do apologize if I triggered some of you guys' beliefs or understandings and got hot with it, but that is the reality. People just... It's interesting how at the time of information, where information is available with abundance, how people are ignorant, how people refuse to search. They'll believe Google, they'll believe Pope, they'll believe their pastor, but they will not believe into searching themselves. It's just crazy. I know, Arthur, you are a DoorDash driver as well as you're doing other gigs and other things. If you would have not applied an effort to search on YouTube, an effort to figure out how to make a living on this platform, it's impossible to make a living. But because you applied, you got some ideas from YouTube, you applied some of the wisdom and knowledge that you were given, and now you figured out how to make a living and have those bills paid, have that apartment of the one that you wanted to live in. All that is because you applied yourself, you researched, you searched. Same thing. Yeah, and same thing, it comes back to everything else in life. If you're not going to search it, you will be eating that cow's back end output. Simply as that. Look how many DoorDash drivers are eating that cow's back end output. That 225, that's a cow's output. But people love it, I guess. They rather do the 225 than learn how to do it better. Same thing, they rather go in once a week or twice a week to the church and take that pastor's research. That pastor's research is for him, not for you. Pastor's job is just to get you directed so you know where to, so you can be a little bit better at research. His job is to encourage you to research, not tell you the answers. Just imagine if you went to school and all 12 grades your teacher just gave you answers. How knowledgeable would you come out of school? Instead of taking you through courses, through training, through the problems are written in the book, going through the history, she would just pull out a test for you and grab a answer book and say, hey guys, on question 1 it's D, question 2 it's A, question 3 it's C, question 4 it's C, question 5 it's A. What exactly would you learn? You know what you would have learned? You would have learned 1, 2, 3, 4, and you would have learned A, B, C, D. And if somebody asked you what letter Z is, you would have no clue what that letter is. That's as simple as what it comes down to Christianity. People know A, B, C, D. They know 1 through 20. That's it. What is 21? And the Christian says, there's a such a thing as 21? What is E? And he's like, I never heard of it. I hope I made more than enough of comments on this topic, and I'm back. Sorry guys, please forgive me. So, back to making money on these apps. You want to make sure you double up, you triple up in same directions. You're taking orders that are 10 or above, dollars that are 10 or above. Honestly, not easy to figure out those on DOORDAsh unless you're taking long distance. Get a card that is very economical, and don't be scared of those long distance trips. End of the day, you write those miles off on your taxes, but you get to keep the difference between what you spend on your car and what is actually write-off was. So that is the beautiful way of making that extra. That's about it. There's not much I can say other than, learn your market and be successful. And definitely, guys, if you have any... Wow. The road is closed. Might have to figure out a way how to... Yeah, I guess there's an accident or something. They did close the road. Or not. They're still letting the roads. Traffic. No, they're making traffic turn right. I guess I'll have to go through the downtown of Nicholasville. So guys, do what you have to do. But I'll tell you one thing. You can make good money. Last night, look at that. I averaged about $30 last night. You can do it. There's other drivers that are doing it. The only thing is you need to get through that fear of me getting deactivated, because if you do get deactivated, you can open up another account on most of these platforms, or you can move on to another platform. Remember, if one door closes, that means there will be another door that will be opening up. Live chat. Oh. Good. Grubhub and Uber Eats, they show you everything. Actually running all of those 3 apps. I am running Grubhub, Uber Eats, and DoorDash, and here's the priorities. Uh, I will, if I'm not having food in my car for DoorDash or Uber Eats, I will cancel those orders if Grubhub is paying me better and is going in opposite direction. If I don't have, because Grubhub, if you look at yesterday, I was taking about $23, $27 orders on Grubhub. Now, I will cancel DoorDash if I don't have it in my car. If I get a better offer from Uber, which a lot of times I do, that's going in opposite direction. But if I have that food is already in my car, as long as it's not going to take me, if not going to put me 20 or more minutes out, I will take that Uber Eats that's going opposite, or that Grubhub that's going in opposite direction. But you do want to calculate. You want to calculate how much time you have left on that original delivery going opposite direction. Add another 2 minutes to get in and get out of that subdivision, and drop off, and also multiply that time that you have going that opposite direction by 2, because you have to come back to the point where you received that offer, and it cannot exceed total 20 minutes. If it exceeds over 20 minutes, just don't. Then, you might be risking too much. But now, if the payoff is too good, maybe it's worth that little risk. So, look at those things. Oh man, the traffic is not fun. Okay, guys, I need to turn the map on and figure out how to going about this. But at the same time, I need to get back on the road at the next output and see how much of the road is closed. Because I need to know if I get deliveries in this area, how to, drive around those deliveries and not get stuck. So guys, be blessed, be successful, be wise. Take those wise deliveries. Look into multiple apping. Find what you do. Figure out a way how to convert that into a profitable business. And if you have questions on any of those topics, contact me. My phone number and my email. I'm not good at checking my email, but I'm good at answering phone calls. As long as you don't pretend to be a spammer. Because you will end up being put on a block list, and then you won't be able to contact me again. And you can find my contact information, my phone number, in About page of YouTube. So, be blessed.